When I first joined Steve, it was 1974.
That's
I was
right.
in New York, right?
Yeah.
So we come in. We just had joined. I just had joined just before, and we was at was it Bill rehearsal hall? Was it Bill?
No, we were at Ed Sullivan's studio.
No,
Ed,
we was in a rehearsal hall.
No, hell no. You was at Ed Sullivan.
Okay, Ed Sullivan.
It was at no. It was inside of Ed Sullivan Studios
Right.
on 56th and 8th Avenue.
Right. Okay.
It was a rehearsal. It might have been Bill's, but it was inside of Ed Sullivan. Because I walked straight out to the side of the hotel, straight to the studio. Because I was on second. Yeah. Now to finish the story. You rolling?
Yeah.
Finish the story.
So I walk out the room. We took a break, and I hear this stuff going. I said, who's that? Another room. I looked over. I said, what's another room? Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu? Really? Wow. Because, I'm new to everything, right? I'm new to everything. I look in the door. I said, that's Ralphe Armstrong. And Michael.
Narada, yeah.
No. Mm-hmm. Michael and Mike, they both from Detroit. So the first time I started was with them.
Now let me tell you what. Let me break it down. Let me get to the real of what he's trying to say. My first rehearsal in New York City, my first day playing music with John McLaughlin. I walked out of the studio and I heard somebody say, "Nate! Nate!" And I walked on the other side. It was Nate and Stevie Wonder rehearsed. Just Nate and Stevie Wonder. He kept telling Nate, E flat! Like Earl used to tell me Earl that day. Do the E flat. Now dig this. His first day, his first big break in music was the same day I had my first big break. Am I lying, Nate? We were both there together. Our first time in New York, he was there.
And when
that was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah. Just speaking of Michael Narada,
Narada.
What's his last name?
Narada. Walden. Narada Walden.
He's a Detroit drummer, even though he's from Grand Rapids. But
he's Kalamazoo.
I'm in Kalamazoo.
Actually, he was born in, I think, Washington or somewhere. Then he moved.
No, he born in Kalamazoo.
He was going to
Kalamazoo. He's Michigan native.
But yeah, that's the drum royalty. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Last time you was here, he called you. That was crazy.
Right. Oh man, we working on some projects now. Man, Nate, loan me some of that money Stevie sent you.
Shh. Come to Vegas. Come to Vegas.
Look at that shirt. You can tell that shirt cost $500. That's one of them Negro Rocky shirts.
I bought it from the dollar store 10 minutes ago. I did. I bought it from the big bad dollar store 10 minutes ago. That's right, because I went up to work. But we've been blessed, man. This cat, man. And then hold it. I got, since we're down here going over stories, I never forget the time I played bass behind Stevie Wonder. When did you do that?
With your big behind.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You was the musical director and Henry Palin was conductor.
He was playing upright.
And me and Mayberry were back there, and he said, well, y'all played this. He played Superstition. I was playing it with the boat. Me and Mayberry, Don Mayberry back there, ho, 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 like Herman Mustard. We saw it, and Stevie and Nate had a turban on, looked like King Abdullah Farouk. He was out there in the bass. Let me tell you something. It was so much low-end booty, the damn Fox, you know, those gargoyles and shit, they was shaking up. That's the truth.
That's true. Yeah, that's amazing, man. Yeah. So that's gonna be on the intro, and and so how it works, Nate? You just play.
I made a boo boo.
Still ain't know how to tune up yet, boy?
Nope, not yet.
Then we're gonna talk about that too.
No, he know how.
No, I don't tune up. I don't know.
Quit lying. Ernie Rogers taught you.
No, Norris Patterson taught me.
What?
You know I played with Norris. I got you. I got something you didn't know. I played in Norris Big Band when I first started playing in 1972. Mafia.
That's right. See, they don't know nothing about That's Motown. That's one of the Motown.
He was one of the sax players in Motown.
See, we were raised by them cats. Earl Van Dyke and Chips and Robert White.
I never will forget. This is a true story, y'all. And this will be great for your show. And this is a true story. I was playing at the Mozambique. I think you might have walked in earlier. And I was playing with Rudy Robinson, Pistol Allen, and Robert White, the great Motown guitarist. You know, Robert had this big beard, and he was sitting up there playing his ass off on the L5, and we swinging.
Hey,
and all of a sudden, let me
can't
finish
invite
this.
him no more.
Let me finish that damn. I'll get you. You gonna talk in a minute, goddamn. You're going back. So anyway, this fine woman comes in the club. Fine, high yellow sister come in there. Tall, fine. I was like, Robert, who is that? Oh, that's Billy Jean. And then I went out to Robert's car. He had a 1976 Buick Century. In those years, the Century, the Cutlass, the passenger seat swiveled. Mm-hmm. It would go in the backward. So I'm in the car, and Robert was smoking one of these funny cigarettes, you know. And he's sitting there. I said, I gotta meet that fine woman, fine as hell. And Robert said, oh, you want to meet her? You want to meet her? I know him when he played basketball. I said, him. Let me tell you something. When she came out, you could hear music. Doom, 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 doom. She got in the car. I looked down. Them feet were this. I tried to climb through the roof. Robert and Pistol messed with me. Talking about, they said, Ralph, hey, Ralph, your girlfriend outside. I said, that's a man. True story. Boy, they used to mess. Them Motown cats was something else, man.
Just play a little bit, you know what I'm saying, and then I'm gonna ask you some questions, and we're gonna go from there, and then maybe you can play us out.
Okay.
That's it? Yeah. All right.
I'm stealing that. Stop.
Come on, everybody, give him a round of applause.
Yeah, he know how to play. Nate is bashful. He knows how to play all the diatonic, augmented fourths, and
what? What's that?
C13 flat fives. I can be extremely analytical with you. You know, see there. See, I told you. He act like he dumb. I know he knows. Know what to do.
Okay,
so see there. That's what I just said. He played it.
Okay, so
play them augmented, boy.
Let's tell everybody what your name is. What's
My
your
name is Nathan Watts.
Nathan Watts, welcome to the basement, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me, brother.
That's BASSMINT. And I also like to thank everybody that's watching this episode from around the world. You know, we get views in 225 countries and territories. Over 1.4 million views, 5,000 subscribers, and that's all because of people to come on the show like you. And if I can introduce the rest of the panel and the squad before we get started, on my front hand side, tell us your name, sir.
My name is Donald Trump.
You kind of look like him too. Is my hair straight, Ralph?
Yeah,
okay, good.
Look like what's his name, Clark Kent. So no, my name is Ralphe Armstrong.
So folks, if somebody been living up under a rock, this is Detroit-based royalty. None other than Mr. Ralphe Armstrong. Ralph is spelled Ralph with an E on the end, so I like to call him Ralphie.
That's cool.
And thank you for coming to the basement again and again and again. It's people like you to come to the basement that make the other people come. It's like if Ralph,
you're doing a lot of good things. You really helped out that young man Lance ago.
Oh, we ain't finished.
That's good. And you know what? The reason why I come, and that shows me, and it's amazing that your partner here over here. What's his name again? Don Knotts. He does such a wonderful thing with children. That you know what? If more men would do what you guys are doing and step up and help our youth, and I'm working myself with a lot of kids, you know, we have a better country. You know, we wouldn't have all these dysfunctional, and the men got to put something back. You got to help your young. I teach kids all over. You know, I don't care what, as long as they're American, I don't give a shit.
Right.
I don't get
You know, I was raised in a time where I had teachers that were Caucasian. They didn't give a shit what color I am. They wanted to make sure I was a better American. That was the whole objective.
Yeah, and Ralph,
better citizens.
You know, I will
Not
be
what
calling
we got today.
That's Donald Trump's brother. You know.
I will be calling you, man, because I am following
You ain't did
you.
Ralph yet?
Yeah, I done did Ralph about 3 times. But I'll be following you in the work that you do with the young bass players. And,
I got an army bass players.
and that's what I'm saying. Bring them to the basement, man. So I'm gonna keep pestering.
We'll get them. Summer is coming. You know, they're out of school.
Okay,
But
yeah.
I'm teaching them how to become intellectuals. Something like Nate Watts to learn about Yosef Habib's. You know, Yosef Habib's. 1870. You know.
The guy that did this stuff, kind of
Yes,
that guy.
He was Franz Samandel's teacher. He invented the technique for the bass.
Yeah.
You know, he invented the 12 positions that we use for double bass, and it's a method that Ron Carter uses. Even James Jamerson played that way.
Right, and you also
using positions.
you also have a show on TV right now.
Yes.
It's called
Did I do your show?
No.
I did.
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did.
Well,
That we need to do the new one.
Right aloud.
The episode ain't aired yet because I've been seeing the name of the show, folks, is called "The Music of Ralphe Armstrong"
On Comcast, right.
on channel 900.
That's right.
I got it on my DVR and I catch every episode.
We got a bunch of good ones coming up. You know who I just recorded with? Excuse me, since you got me talking. And he's a friend of mine, and I was honored that this cat came to record. I got a single coming out. It's a rock single called "Pay Attention."
Listen,
William DeVal. No, William DeVal and Alice in Chains.
oh, I thought that was the name of it.
No, but he came and played, you know, from Alice in Chains. He recorded, he came here, and he did me a favor, and I paid him, you know, some good money, and he just played, and we had a ball.
Pay me, man.
Huh? You don't need no money. You got all the
I
money.
ain't got no money. I'm poor. The IRS took all
What you
my
need?
money.
You know, a quarter on the dollar. You get money.
You getting ready to do something at Burke's with Jamie Glazer.
Right, we're doing that. That's the night, the 22nd. I'm celebrating my birthday. Rob Holtz wants to have a CD. All you
That's
guys
why he
invited.
can't shut up. He's a Gemini, ain't
Who?
he? You.
I'm a Taurus. My birthday was shit. I couldn't celebrate it. Next day I was over in
thought you said
fucking
what?
Spain.
Well, I want you to know, man,
I'm sorry, it's a family
I have
show.
a suite for us, for the Detroit bass players, everybody that's out there in the audience. We'll have a suite for 2 nights at the Crown Plaza, Saturday night and Sunday night. We'll have regular meet and greets, and I would like to get your assistance to get some of your friends to make an appearance.
What you having a meet and greet at a hotel? What you having, drug parties? Nah. Any women gonna be there?
You know, Ralph gonna ask you if women gonna be there.
Yeah, I like old rich women.
Oh,
I'm sorry, young
They gotta live
women,
on the
I
east side
can't-
though. They gotta
it's
live on the
40
east side.
on
They can't
up
live
for
in
me.
West Boone.
Yeah.
They gotta live on the east side because he ain't gonna go to
I like
Brian.
old women. I like them. They drive Jaguars.
And next to Ralph is another heavy hitter in the city of Detroit. Tell us your name, sir.
Steve-O.
Steve-O,
Man, man.
another awesome bass player. And next to him, tell us your name.
Billy Payton.
Billy Payton, another Detroit bass
that's my
player.
homeboy right there.
And on my pluck hand side, we got with us. Tell us your name, sir.
Oh, I got some of them.
Yeah.
That's my cousin. That's my bodyguard. The Glover Ernest. He don't play bass. I was joking.
Okay,
So
but
bad, that's your parole officer.
I can't.
Exactly.
I can't pass him and not say nothing. That'd
you
be
right,
rude.
you right.
Next to him, tell
He
us your
played
name.
trombone though.
Chris Snyder.
And next to another Detroit bass player and a Basement alumni, we got an interview with him coming up. Check it out. Excuse me. Next to him, tell us your name, sir.
Bill Bauer.
Bill Barr, another Detroit bass player, a student of mine. Next to him, tell us your name.
This is Yurko Sepulveda, right over the back beat.
Let me see that thing, man. Now, if you look at that, you don't know what it do. Tell you what, I'm gonna put a subtitle here, a caption. Go check it out. It's for bass players only. Maybe a keyboard player might like it. Maybe a drummer might even like
Drummers,
it.
keyboarders. I'm getting a lot of questions from guitarists too now. So
Why would the guitar player?
because they're on stage with IEMs and
They've no feeling.
they got no feel, no
Okay.
feel whatsoever.
All right, so Yurko Sepulveda, the creator of the Backbeat, y'all got to check it out. Next to him, tell us your name.
Hi, I'm Craig Grosker, bass player for 50 years.
All right, awesome. Got that 1974 original bass, not a reissue. And then next to him is who's filming live right now. You still filming live? Mr. Reginald Canty, the owner of the basement. And then on the outside of the door, because they're on punishment, tell us your name.
My name is Bob, but they call me Rob, and I'm Ivan's brother.
Thank you. I'm Ivan. And then next to him, tell us your name. Huh?
Tony Big Papa Mo.
Tony Big Papa Mo. And folks, phones is ringing. That's how we do. And next to him, tell us your name.
Jimmy Williams.
Jimmy Williams. This is my niece. That's my brother's daughter, and she plays bass, and she just graduated from high school. Congratulations.
Education.
And then next to her is tell us your name.
Marilee Benor.
Marilee Benor. She's also one of my students. And she does a fine thing. She create what's called scholarships, where I get to give free lessons to people. Y'all hear that? She gives money for scholarships to give free lessons to people.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
My student right here.
Thank you. We need you more than ever.
So she don't just play bass, she supports
That's great.
education. Oh, she's also a teacher at the University of Michigan. I forgot to tell you that.
I'm a scientist.
Yeah.
We need
What part of the campus?
The Dearborn campus.
Oh, okay. I do part-time at North Campus.
Well, come to our campus.
Yeah. No, they don't have the money. It's not my agreement. I have to go to Ann Arbor to get paid.
And then next to her is
Libby Palikdary.
Libby Palikdary, another fine bass player.
Come on up here, man. Somebody give me a brace.
Now, do you take lessons still?
Yeah, well, slowing down, but
who
now
you take
from
lessons
both
with?
Lamont and Eddie Cohen.
Lamont Johnson.
Lamont?
Yeah,
Please tell him I said hi.
All right.
Okay.
That was another one that was from the person. Let me say about Lamont.
All right, hold up a second. So Nate, I gotta apologize for y'all. Y'all gotta let me do this interview.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
You want to
Bro, you can't take Ralph nowhere. I forgot to tell you that.
I have to apologize for the long introductions, but I have to introduce everybody that shows up because
You have to apologize for nothing. We're in the basement.
I appreciate everybody who come to the base. That's what I want to say. That's why I introduce everybody. I appreciate them coming, and I look forward to seeing some more on some of our upcoming episodes, and hopefully those episodes will continue to bring cats like this into the picture. So Nate, with that said, I got one question for you.
Okay, what is it?
This is the only question I have.
Huh?
But before I do that, I want
Answer the phone.
to read off something.
What?
I want to read off your just a few of the people that you play with. One of those people is like Lamont Dozier, Mighty Clouds of Joy, Ronnie Foster, Sergio Mendez, Diana Ross and the Supreme, the Jacksons, Lenny Williams, Harvey Mason, Denise Williams and Johnny Mathis, Ronnie Laws, the Pointer Sisters, Sister Sledge, Paul McCartney, Lionel Richie, The Temptations, Tina Marie, Billy Preston.
Damn, I'm playing all that shit?
Yeah. the Dramatics, Jose Feliciano, LaToya Jackson, Jermaine Jackson, Michael Jackson, Seals and Croft, Gladys Knight and the Pip, The Spinners, Gloria Gaynor, Johnny Gill, Phyllis Hyman, Seal, even Marcus Miller, Will Downing, Walter Beasley,
Ralph Armstrong,
even Rihanna and Little Kim and Smokey Robinson and Brian Culberson and played with Ralph Armstrong too. Have you played with yourself yet?
Every chance I can. But you know what? I'm doing an album. I'm gonna be playing with myself. I'm doing an album right now,
and I'm in it.
And he's in it.
It's a bunch of us on there. You got a video. It's on the site.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna blow your mind. I'm telling you, so far as bass player. As soon as I get the video edited, I'm gonna send you a copy. Straight to you.
It's off the hook too, man. It's
Yeah.
really good.
It's ridiculous. I got what's my
Kern is on there. Kern.
Kern.
Shoot.
Oh, wow.
Did Stanley ever come on and do a Stanley Clark?
He did.
You should have.
Hi, Stanley.
I got Stanley. No, I know how to reach him.
I got his number.
I know, but you should have had him, fool.
He won't return my call.
You know what? He probably thought you wanted some money. I'm joking, man. No, but he did the thing. We just do it together. We just
I
didn't
know.
do it.
Stanley said, last time I saw Stanley was here, maybe about 5 years ago. And I said, well, Stanley, I really want to try. I never played it upright. I played it on a couple of songs with Stevie, but, you know, I went through it. But I never started and never learned how to bow.
Well, we've solved that.
I know that. That's what you said 20 years ago. Anyway, I said, Stanley, I'm thinking about playing upright. He said, hey, you play upright, you gonna be a mother. I said, thank you, man. I said, but I don't know how to bow. He said, the first thing about bowing, you gotta pick a bow out. There's a good bow for you. He said, I'll take you to pick a bow. And that's the last time I talked to him.
Wow.
Should he had Verdine by there teaching him?
Well, no.
Don't worry, would you?
All right, so my question.
You heard that, Stanley?
No, really.
You didn't play on my album either.
But you know what?
I tried to get you on my album, Stanley.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
let me tell you about the album. I got, what's the young boy's name? Rose. Brandon Rose.
Brandon.
Oh,
he had him play too. You know,
Yeah.
he's up in Michigan State.
I know.
I was just up there with him.
Yeah. Brandon Rose, Byron Miller, Al Turner Burner, Ralphe Armstrong, Kern, Victor Wooten, and Marcus Miller.
All
All
Detroit
on the
bass,
same song.
all Detroit bass players except for Victor and Marcus. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have a title for this album yet?
Music Multiplex.
Okay, so if somebody watching this and they want a copy of it, man, just send me the video and I can put it on the.
This is Nate C.
I ain't finished, Darcy. Now, there you go. Let me get this get edited. I gotta edit it.
No,
right.
send me the.
Send it to
Yeah,
you.
thank
Send
you.
it to him.
Okay, so look,
Once you finish, it'll be on therealnatewatch.com.
My
That's
mouth
the first
keeps
place.
me awake.
Then it'll be on Amazon, and it will be on
iTunes.
It'll be everywhere.
okay, and the realnatewatch.com is your website.
Yes.
Okay, since I have totally lost control of this interview,
Damn, Skippy, don't you know who you got here? What the hell you think you gonna have something normal?
You can't
You got Reggie Red standing by the door?
and you still live too?
yes, sir.
Anybody watching?
There's a few. I scrolled it away so I can see the whole screen.
Oh, okay. So look, man, I only have one question for you.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have an open forum type of thing.
Good enough.
I'm gonna have more than one question, but I like to tell people that just to so they think they're on their way home.
Yeah.
But you ain't on your
I gotta
way
go
home.
home. I gotta go meet my niece. I'm going to meet my great
Yeah, man, I got a
niece.
mouse too, yeah.
Nephew named Lamar after me.
Okay, so the one question I have, which you've answered a million times, but it's a formality on this show, and the question is, when did you start playing the bass, and why?
I started playing the bass in '72. I was getting ready to graduate. Ray Parker came and said, "Man, you should play the bass. Then we could be like Hendrix." Because he had already playing guitar. And I said, "Cool, man. Cool." I picked up the bass. I got a bass. And he left. He went out with Marvin Gaye. Yeah, I'll tell you. So I just went back in the basement, studied as much as I could. I learned from Rick. I'm self-taught. I went to Grinnell's one time, and I went to the book because I played trumpet through school. So the only thing I had to do was change clefs for reading. You know what I mean? And I went to Grinnell's and I went for about 3 lessons, and I almost went through the whole book. And then he tried to stop me on the first book, so I just said, no, that ain't work.
Okay, so the thing is, as I mentioned on another interview that we did earlier, you two guys in this basement here is like Detroit bass players, but Detroit bass royalty. You know, there's just certain levels of Detroit bass players. Guys just started today, and royalty. The reason why I consider you royalty is your body of work, your skill set, and same thing for Ralph, bass royalty, skill set, body of work. When you started playing in '72, you started recording in like what?
I did my first recording in the beginning of '73 with a group called The Final Decision. Shut up. And we had a song called Keep On Walking.
Can we hear that on YouTube or something?
Yeah, yes you can.
Hold it. You know what? You got some other stuff in the past. You being mild about it.
Yeah, I didn't even name his whole body of work. I didn't even name performances.
Oh yeah.
Hip squeeze.
One time.
So Final Decision, right?
Final Decision. I'm gonna find the song real quick, with the quickness.
Okay, and send it to me so I can insert it to this into this video, because it ain't gonna come out right.
Okay.
You know, we want to hear the bass.
Okay.
We want to hear the bass. You cannot hear no bass on no cell phone.
Okay.
I hate when people say, "Hey, here, listen to this," and want me to hear the bass part.
I was gonna put it in here, but that's okay.
Okay.
Okay. What's the other?
So you start playing in '72, already recording in '73.
'73. And guess what? I only been playing 2 years before I joined Steve.
And only been playing.
Wow.
And you were you on that great album that they did like a documentary on the songs in the key?
That's my first album.
That is just totally amazing to me, man.
Well, you know, I as a kid I used to go watch Jamison in the window. You know what I mean? In the basement.
Yeah.
Yeah, to watch it. But I was playing trumpet now. I just want to see it. It was right in my neighborhood. And I was fortunate enough, you know, to meet Jamison and hang out with him when I got to LA in '72.
Why don't you quit lying?
74. No.
And tell them that you had musical training from Ernie Rogers.
Ernie Rogers?
Not know, like I'm self-taught. He had a music teacher that was.
I didn't play bass.
But you knew music, fool.
Yeah, I did.
You was in school with me. I know what the hell you sit up like Jeff Robo.
I went to Northwestern. You went to CAD.
Yeah, and you and Ray Carter. People say, "Oh, he's self-taught. He knows music. He's not no."
You like that, Mr.
Let them know that you educated, fool.
I'm educated, fool.
Okay.
Case closed.
All right, so
Mr. Kirby told me the first thing.
But that's an amazing thing that
I taught myself bass. Nobody else did.
You started playing in '72, recording with Stevie, about to hit the road in '74, and you taught yourself how to. I know that we can transfer from other instruments the knowledge we have, the knowledge of music theory, but that was it. So your education musically, all of these years you've been playing, like 50. It's 50 years now?
I've been playing with Steve for 44.
44.
Oh. And then in 46 with
Damn, I'm trying to add up all that money.
That's crazy.
And he on salary too.
Yeah, and I see you.
call that retainer.
Look, it's salary. I know everything about it.
And you the only one that's like been with him with Stevie Wonder all of these years, right? Yeah, that's got to be awesome, man.
Well, see, the whole thing about it, you know, coming from Detroit and the way we were raised, during the time we were raised up. When I joined him, I said, man, I'll be with you for life. That's how we work.
Yeah, you've been in there, man.
Yeah, I'll be with your life. He said, and he started crying. He started crying because of the simple fact everybody left him.
Right.
And he's still waiting on me to leave.
Right.
I ain't going nowhere.
I tell you what,
I ain't going nowhere.
it's an awesome pleasure for me that when I see Stevie Wonder on television, I don't even look at Stevie Wonder. Guess who I'm looking at? The bass player.
You can't miss it. Got a big old turban on his head with diamonds and shit in it. So where did King Abdullah Farouk up on stage and everybody said, ooh, look at him.
I got to tell you the story. I got to tell the story. The story is the capper. So when we did the Queen's 60th anniversary for her birthday, what's it called? A silver one, right? Is that the silver? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we're in Buckingham Palace, and we are in Hyde Park, and we're doing a concert, and Paul McCartney was there. Mm-hmm. And I said, oh my God, I had never met him. I said, Paul, I want to come and say thank you because I learned so much from Jameson and you. He said, oh, stop right there. We learned so much from Jameson. He said, Paul McCartney, one of the most melodic bass players in the world. Okay, he's a melodic bass player. He said, we learned so much with Jameson. And I was like, wow. Yeah. Okay, that shows you, I had a good mentor to say it like that.
Right, and that's why I lost track of my, the Detroit royalty thingy with you guys. I mean, it's only a few of them up there that I can think of by name, like you guys, the ones still living, Michael Henderson and Tony Newton. A lot of people A lot of people forget about him.
Tony.
Eddie Watkins.
Eddie.
Back then, and then you introduced me. We've had over 200 bass players interviewed in this basement. And then you introduced me talking on the phone. Was like, you need to get Duke Billingsley in the basement.
Yeah.
I'm like, who is Duke Billingsley? And I searched. I searched around.
His place in Mad Dog in the Pub.
That's right.
Him Squeeze.
That's right. He took his place, Mad Dog.
Yeah, nobody that I knew him until I talked to Kern and.
Kern was too young,
but he knew who he was.
Okay.
He knows who he is.
Yeah, but he was probably Duke was one of he was the other person. Him and Michael Henderson taught me my first bass licks.
Oh, okay.
That's the first thing I learned.
Now, do you remember that from then, or is it just that you?
I remember from then. The bad part about me is remembering that I had a red wagon and Elvis Presley suit when I was 5 years old. Okay, okay. Yeah.
I had blue suede shoes. My daddy had to pay.
Seriously. I'm serious. I remember back to when I was 5 years old. So I remember my memory. And it's getting worse now, but I can't. But I remember stuff from way long from childhood. All the stuff. I remember when I first met Ray. Parker. Ray said I was 4 years old, but I was 5 years old.
But you played in this group too. You played. You and Ollie and Ray have a group.
We had an elementary group in elementary called the Steam Room. It was supposed to be Wattage, but he changed it.
And I was mad because you had the gig. I said, I want to play bass.
I wasn't playing bass. I played trumpet.
You played the bass.
No, I did not in elementary. Come on,
Ray lied.
Ray played clarinet. Ray played. He was right there. Ray played clarinet. I played trumpet. And Ollie played drum. Mm-hmm. And we had a song called Airplane.
Wow, that's crazy.
And we got written up in the Free Press about it too. Mm-hmm. They said Mr. Kirby, our elementary teacher. I said, Mr. Kirby was white, but he made sure that he took care of all the kids and taught them.
We had great teachers back then.
Yeah, we had great teachers. You never had, I don't know, it was amazing.
So who else? Who we sleeping on from back in the day that might not be playing right now, or some people retired.
I got something.
Reggie McBride.
Yes. Oh yeah, Reggie. Reggie's playing with
You came in '74.
Yep, right? Reggie was right. I took Reggie. Reggie wanted to go. Thank God. No. Thank God. Reggie wanted to go with Ray Irvin and be a singer. Thank you, Reggie. I love you, man.
I got it named Reggie. Yeah, Reggie. I took his place in the Dramatics.
Yeah. He played on a lot of dramatic stuff.
He's playing with who?
Reggie playing with everybody back in L.A. So.
Yeah, he's doing a lot. But I got something since we're on
the basement camera that somebody, I think everybody should be aware of this. Speaking of Detroit royalty, and the man is still alive. He was the first to amplify the bass violin, to really use a pickup or amplifier.
I don't know nothing.
Oh yes, you do know.
Oh.
I won't mess you up.
Okay.
Funky Skull.
Oh my God! I didn't know he was the first.
He was first. His name is Melvin Jackson.
That's right, Melvin Jackson.
And if you ever heard Eddie Harris's Silver Cycles, listen here. That was the first time a bass violin was amplified with a pickup.
Wow.
And he even used a wah-wah with the bass violin. Melvin Jackson. He was the very first. And after him came Ray Brown, who him and Tommy Gamina perfected the transducer pickup with polytone. And that pickup, Stanley Clarke used it on all those early Chick Corea records. He didn't use a microphone. He used a polytone. I used it. It was fitted in the bridge. You screw it in. And
you're talking about something I don't even know. I never played. You're going to teach me how to play upright. I got one sitting in storage right now.
I got the bass.
I'll ship it right here.
You just, come on, brother.
You've been saying that for 20 years.
I'm being dead shit.
Yeah, but you know, hey, you got Viagra.
Yeah, I ain't going nowhere. I'm stiff.
Hey. I'm waiting for you to sip one.
I sip on embalming fluid every night. I'm fine.
Now, you came back home. You don't live in Detroit anymore, do you?
I haven't been in Detroit in a while. I came back home in 2000 when my parents tried to save my house. Mm-hmm. But every time I left, they kept breaking in it, so I moved back. I still have my place in LA, but you know, I needed a release, so
right.
I got rid of that.
So you out here in Detroit? Why are you out here in Detroit?
See my brothers and sisters. I'm going to Lansing. Oh, let me show you the picture. Oh,
it's home.
Well, it's home. I got to come home, man. Are you joking?
You got me to come visit. And I never will forget him and his brother Ronald.
What brother Ronald?
Roy. I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, Roy. Oh, dig this. They had a fish market.
That's right.
And they ate up all the fish.
That's right.
Him and Roy, I would come by there and get me some catfish. I said, where's the catfish? We had them with catfish. Okay, well, give me some perch. We're out of perch. Well, give me some pickle. We're out of pickle. I said, what the hell you got? You want a fish sandwich?
Ralphe Armstrong.
But they had, it was so funny seeing him in the fish market.
I'm going up to Lansing tomorrow, Thursday to see my brother. The oldest one is 81, and the one next to me is 70. So,
right.
5 of them. I still got 2 more there.
Roy was a good guy.
Yeah, I want to thank you for taking the time out, come to the basement. Some people ask me, how do I get these guys to come to the basement?
Yes, and he's a nice guy. And we're glad that he's doing this job for Detroit.
He's helping the kids.
Yeah, he's helping the kids. He's helping the kids, and we're happy that he's doing this job for Detroit. Thank you, Big Eye.
And then you also...
Yeah, come on. Thank you, Big Eye. Come on, Big Eye. It's about you, dog. It's about you.
You should see my Rolodex, the phone numbers I got in there. I be wanting to call y'all all the time, but I can't
You told me at the base station, you
don't.
said, I'm going to call you because I got a program. You never thought I was going to show up, though.
I don't.
You never thought I was going to show up? That's because I showed up.
I didn't know you was going to remember that we did that at the base day, the one that we did.
I keep telling you, I remember stuff from Elvis Presley suit and...
That was the one we did at United Sounds, right?
Right.
When we did the show at United Sounds.
Yeah. I took Pern's place and ran it.
Did you play?
You was there.
Ralph played. You played.
All the cats.
I played.
Yeah.
And you know I put that on my resume that I played with Ralph Armstrong and Nate Watts. And Reggie. I put everybody on my If we play a game of cards, I'm gonna say I played with Nate Watts. I'm not gonna describe, you know what I'm saying? I'm just putting it on my resume.
Do we have fun?
Oh yeah, that was
that time I'd say I'm gonna try something different.
It was 3 of y'all. It was you, Lonnie Motley, and Bobby Vega.
Yeah. Bobby Vega, right. No, it was more than that. It was more than that.
There was a bunch. Somebody else was there too. Bobby played.
Because I did I Wish.
Funky.
And on this part, I I did everybody's solo. Everybody was surprised. I did a little thing, then he did a little thing, and Bob Baker did a little thing, and it was great.
Okay, I got a question.
Yeah.
Two of my students, we have studied Sir Duke and analyzed it, and here they are right here, Bill and Marilee, and we have broken apart the part to go do 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 do. Okay, so we broke that whole thing down, and we wanted to know how you played that. We tried to take a look at a video, but how did you? Cause you stretched from the 3rd fret to the.
Let's watch. Now, when I did that, back in the day, that only had a 4th, I said, I bent it. I had to bend it.
Because you're playing on them with rusty Fender.
No, you have 4 strings.
4 string.
And then they have, they have these frets.
I know.
They have these frets.
They only had like 19. How many you got?
I don't know, 24.
No offense, but
Okay.
I got some Fenders in them. I got 5 of them.
Now, thank you for that, because we wanted to see.
We'll do it again?
Yes.
I had 6. I got 3 Fenders, Pratt, LT, something else.
What was it?
He don't want to show y'all.
No, the only thing. One thing, I played that thing so crazy on the record and he kept it. I made so many variations of that line, but nobody noticed it.
You know
I did.
something?
You did?
I did.
You did?
A lot of variations in
But
there.
She's a scientist.
But
That's
did you
why.
understand what he just did with the instrument? He did a glissando down into the 7th position. And he really plays the instrument. I just really noticed that about you. You play like you.
Quit getting technical on everybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna analyze your black behind. He plays like
What's
Eugene
this?
Kraft.
Is this the glissando?
No, he did a glissando down all the way down to the 7th position. And what's unique about what he's doing, he plays the bass like Eugene Kraft, who is the author of the Oxford textbook for the double bass. Because what he's doing, let me finish, don't interrupt.
Okay.
So what he's doing, when he did the glissando, he's using 1, 2, and 3. And most of the British orchestral players do not use the 4th finger for the vibrato because they feel the 4th finger is too weak to play the bass.
No.
So they use 1, 2, and 3. And I didn't know you were British, Beam.
That's right. My name is Nathan, and Watts is a British name.
Edgewell, Middlesex, Sussex, Beam. And my career got started in London. But that's really unique.
You're
from
from
what she's playing.
New Zealand,
Australia.
I was going down.
I'm going to Melbourne.
I was
Again,
get
New
some good
Zealand,
coffee.
Australia.
No, I've been there.
I caught that really
times. I'm going back though.
Yeah. What, Melbourne?
Sydney.
Sydney.
Oh, I'll be in Sydney too.
Okay, so look, Ralph.
Great, man.
Ralph, I always wanted to ask you that. Why are you educating yourself so much on the history of the instrument and what's the word you use? The intellectual. Why are you? What's up with that? Why are you doing that?
Because we got enough fucking dummies in the world. Don't you think? You know, and this is something you have to understand. I went to Interlochen. My teacher was Ron Carter, and also James Jamerson was an intellectual of the bass. The bass is a religious instrument. If you ever heard of Gregorian chants, they were written for the bass. This is the original instrument, the double bass of the Catholic Church.
That's right.
All of that's written. This is a spiritual instrument, and that's and it's one of the oldest instruments with a science of construction by man, next to the drum.
Well, they got drums, but this
no, the bass goes the viol. Before there was any keyboard, piano, harp, there was the viols. This is what this is the offspring of. And I have to know it. And so how are you going to repair your instruments? You don't know the physics of it. Let people take advantage of you. Just like Nate, he's intellectual. He just don't want y'all to know it.
What you talking about?
Everything. Everything.
But that,
for fun. Let's go get
okay.
some rum.
Yeah, all right, so look, folks, I've exhausted all my questions, but y'all
guess what?
Y'all got to ask.
No, I got something. Since you started this with me,
Okay.
it's
I'm going to
important
the
to
bathroom,
know.
Michael.
We don't have no bathroom.
You gotta
the
have
point
a
is this. I'm messing with you. But the
You got
point
one
is,
out
I'll be
there?
very quick because I got to leave out.
Okay.
But Gaspare Desillo, 1542, is the oldest bass maker of record. This is a fascinating instrument. The science and what he did, Gaspare Desillo of Brescia, 1540.
You never come around me again.
Yes, I'll see you Thursday. I got your
right.
phone. I know
That's
you live. So, in a long story short,
Yeah, make sure you come back.
he experimented
I left my face
with
and my phone.
different
You know,
sizes.
Which way?
He made basses that were 12 feet tall that 2 men had to play. But he came to one conclusion, that the size of the bass does not matter. Doesn't matter how big it is. It's the physics, the science of construction, the internal linings, the top block, the thickness, the circumference of the top, the type of wood it's made out of, the thickness, the graduation of the wood, the thickness of the top in certain parts. The G string side has to be so many millimeters in thickness. The E string side has to be even thicker. And the bass bar, it's a science to it. So basses are pretty much made like cannons. They project. You ever seen a bass explode? You don't want to be around. It almost had a bowel movement when Rod Hicks had one said, boom! Man, you should have seen the band run. Wow. Yusef almost swallowed his reeds. Yusef, I'll never forget that. So anyway, it's good to know the history of the instrument. And that's the way James Jamerson was. He studied, a lot of people don't know, but James Jamerson came from Ray Brown. That was his hero. He came out of Ray Brown. I studied Ray Brown. You know, he liked Mean Goods. He was intellectual to bass. You know, and he applied his technique to this. You know, so it's good to be knowledgeable. Even with the electric bass, it'd be knowledgeable. You know, a lot of people say, "Oh, Leo Fender invented the electric guitar."
No,
that's bullshit. He perfected. His biggest money maker at the time was the electric bass in 1949, and the first guy to use it. A lot of people don't know who used it first. Anybody know?
Yeah.
Who?
Wes Montgomery brother.
I need to get a picture.
No, not mine.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He was right. He was one of the first. But Israel Crosby used it first in Lionel Hampton's band. Leo Fender sent it to Israel Crosby and Lionel Hampton's band. He was the first guy to ever use electric bass in a band. Yeah.
Well, we know who the father of electric bass is, don't we?
You?
No.
Grandpa. Oh hell yeah!
The father.
Who?
He played some stuff. I heard Jameson play, and it's so funny. I saw him one night play a Beatle bass.
I got a question for you.
You do?
You gonna for him? You gonna edit all this stuff out, aren't you?
Hell no!
No.
But now I'm suing. You too, and get that shirt.
I'm dividing this up into what's called a round table, and
You do whatever you want to do.
I'm just joking, man.
You do what you want to do.
No, man, you think I'm going to erase
I don't
this?
care.
No, we're gonna get rid of it, man.
Guess who calling me right now?
Stanley.
Turn.
Where's my food?
Turn.
Listen. Hey, Chuck.
Rainy?
How you doing, man?
I'm all right.
Oh,
Chuck Rainey.
God.
Chuck Rainey.
I got Chuck Rainey on the phone.
Chuck.
Guess who I got in the basement with me right now?
What was
Yurko, Bill, Reggie, Chris, Ralph Armstrong, Nathan Watts,
Hey, Chuck.
and some more.
Hey, Chuck.
that? What are you guys doing?
Playing pocket pool. No,
You guys
We just messing around talking about bass stuff on my show.
Tell them to go to the Detroit Bass Players page. We're running live right now.
Man.
Huh?
Guys, how y'all doing?
Hey, what's up, man? What's up on my mind, Chuck?
That's
How
crazy.
you doing, Sir Rainey? King Rainey.
I just got through about an hour ago. I just got through playing with Ralphe Armstrong on this CD. I think that's called Planetary Peace.
Oh, you bullshit, man.
I love the bass line.
You know who's playing bass on that? Guy Pratt.
Who?
Guy Pratt's playing bass on that. I'm singing.
I see. Well, it shows the slamming bass line.
Yeah, Guy Pratt playing on that one. I had him playing. He got nervous. I said, man, go on to play the shit you play with Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Hey, man, I love you, man.
We love you, man. We love you, man.
You one of my idols and my friend.
Wish I could see y'all. Big Nate, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, my brother. How you doing? How you doing? You doing good?
I feel very, very good, man.
That's good, man. You know we love you. You know that, right?
Steely Dan was in Irving this last weekend. And I went to the
I didn't hear that. What'd you say? What did you say? I didn't hear you, Chuck. Chuck.
I'm sorry. I'm looking. Y'all there?
Yeah, we there. Hello?
I was just saying I had a great weekend. I went on stage with Steely Dan.
I love you, man. I talked to HP. He's not having a thing this year.
He's not playing the golf?
No, I'm talking about the
Wait a minute. Hold it. Say that again about HP.
He's not doing that festival this year.
Oh, I see.
I'll call you and tell you about it. I'm going to call you.
Okay, give me a buzz. Y'all take care and love each other, man.
All right, Chuck.
It's beautiful.
Okay.
That's all right, but that's wonderful, man, to hear.
Hey, God don't make no mistakes.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
God don't make no mistakes.
Isn't that weird?
We all here sitting down talking about one of the masters of all the calls here.
Man.
But what's your chances there? What's the chances of that?
What is
That's
that?
out there.
What is the chances of Chuck Rainey calling during the basement when I got two of the legends and some legends in the making? That's awesome because he definitely bass royalty.
That's right.
So I wanted to open up the house to anybody have any questions, and y'all just go at it because I told you that's all the questions I had for you. I just wanted that one.
Yeah, baby bro.
My beautiful daughter is about to go to Trine University. She started out playing the violin, but she will be taking. I talked this man to death so bad at the school. He was like, "Okay, I will teach your daughter bass." I bought her that Tobias. She's going to go there. He said he's going to teach her the other bass that you talk about.
All right.
So what was the
double bass?
His name is Mark. Wait, his last name is Mark.
Yeah, I can't remember, but yeah.
What school?
Trine. It used to be called Tri-State.
Tri-State, yeah, I remember Tri-State.
Not Mark Haas.
That last name is
What's the
Mark.
question?
His last name is Mark.
Some wisdom y'all could tell her to.
Well, the best wisdom I can tell you right now is dedication. You got to be dedicated. You can get so frustrated. But the best thing you got is dedication to if you really want to do it. If you don't want to do it, don't waste your time. You got to be dedicated to this instrument, and that's any instrument you do.
Yeah.
Any instrument you play. Yeah. I remember when I first started learning, I would go stay in the basement on the weekend. All the fellas, I worked at Ford for a week. All the fellas at Ford said, "Come on, man, we're going out this week." I said, "No, I'm staying in the basement." It's amazing. I was in the basement. Oh man, wow, on Virginia Park.
Yeah.
What's up, man? Glove, you go? Sir. Okay, and it was in the basement. So it's dedication. You got to be dedicated. Some days it's gonna be frustrating. Some days it's gonna be hard. Some days it's gonna be glorious. But you just got to be dedicated to what you do.
Anybody else?
I got something to tell her. Now, the key to playing the bass in any instrument is the 8-tone scale, the tetrachord. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do in every key. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, 1/2 step higher. Da 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 da, and then invert it. You know how to do it.
I never played it.
You're lying. But that if you can't play it in all keys, you can't get around the instrument.
That's right.
Paramount to playing.
All keys.
All keys.
Yeah,
So,
every key.
you said you went to Interlochen.
Yes.
I went to Blue Lake for violin.
Oh, that's
So-
pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I turned down my scholarship because a certain Englishman took me from the United States.
What Englishman was that?
I was with you, John McLaughlin.
I know.
Yeah, poor Ralph didn't even get a chance to go to college because he out touring the world.
No, I teach college now.
That's right.
I studied. I went to Oxford University and read everything in our library thanks to Mr. McLaughlin. And I met Eugene Kraft, who you play like.
Well, thank
Except
you.
you don't put cigar ashes on your bass.
No. I used to. I quit smoking.
But he plays like that. That's a British style that you play.
It is?
Yeah, and it's great. And then he does a glissando, what you can call it a portamento, down to the 7th position. And I think it's wonderful.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I will write the Nate Watts bass book for you.
Thank you.
I'll transcribe.
What do you teach me how to play upright?
How you doing it now? You play
upright, but teach me how to blow.
Oh, that ain't no problem. Shit, just buy a bow and some rocks.
Do you teach, Nate? I know you go around the country doing clinics.
Teach. I'm thinking about I'm getting ready to go to New York to do an instructional video. Okay, on some of the songs.
You should.
I am. I'm going. That's what I'm going Sunday. I'm doing that, and then I'm doing an instructional video for I forgot what the company was, but they wanted me to do it. And I'm going there.
Better do it.
Harkey.
And Harkey, I'm doing something else for Harkey. I'm doing a video with Harkey, 2 videos with Harkey when I'm there, and then there's another company I'm doing.
Yeah, make sure you send me something, man, when you get done with that, so I can.
I will. I'll make sure.
Now, I've seen you do like plenty of clinics, so I guess that'll be and this right here, I guess that'll be the extent of your teaching currently, right?
Right.
Anybody else got a question?
The only thing about me doing personally teaching, I have to do it on a video. So because Steve, you might be there one day and you get a student, right? And then he'll call you and say, come in. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
On like Skype or so.
He on salary, he got to jump. That's like when I was with Frank Zappa. Shit, that check come every Friday. Frank called, you got to be in Las Vegas tomorrow. I said, oh shit, let me pack my bag.
That's right.
And that money
I ain't mad about it. I ain't missed a meal in 44 years.
I know, we ain't missing that.
You got
blessed, man.
Yeah, real quick question. What's your favorite Stevie song to play?
Let me think. Oh, the one that I really like is, it's too much.
I got some shit.
Okay, Jermaine Jackson.
Let's get serious.
Jermaine Jackson.
Hey, Stevie.
Jermaine.
He said Stevie, didn't you?
Yeah. Stevie wrote it.
Well, play some Stevie wrote. Nobody want to hear Jermaine.
Okay, I got a good question though. Now that brings up a great.
I need a perm.
Well, you gonna see him this Saturday, okay?
I'm not going.
I'm going.
Right, they're gonna be in town.
Saturday.
They're gonna be in town this weekend.
This Saturday.
And does Jermaine know how to play that now? You think?
Yeah.
See,
look, I ain't gonna tell you what Jameson told me.
Let me say it like this.
I ain't gonna say
when
that.
I went to the Victory Tour, right? And Jameson, and Jermaine was on it, right? And I heard boom, I said, "Damn, that sounds like me." It was. That's all I got to say. I
heard that.
Forgive me, Jermaine.
I know, but I heard that too. He tell the truth.
That's the old other guy behind the curtain trick.
Yeah,
right.
No, he had the tape. That was actually playing off the tape.
Yeah.
Okay. I know my bass. That was the P bass. I knew what that was.
Wow.
But it's okay. And plus, I watched your finger.
So what bass is that?
This is bossa. This it's got some. Oh, guess what? Guess who this is?
Who is it?
Kern, my nephew. Oh man. All right, nephew.
Hey man, where my damn tickets?
That's Ralphe Armstrong.
Yeah.
What's up, boy? Where my tickets at? My backstage pass.
Hey, where my money at?
I'm messing with you.
We're down in the basement, man.
I'm messing with you.
Hey, tell Ralph I lost my wallet and I lost the backstage pass and all the money.
I know, I'm going to give it a okay.
Oh, man, you just blessed. You know what? It's amazing, Kern. Now, let me tell you. We sit down doing bass with all these bass players. We sitting around talking. And you can't make Ralph shut up. You know that, right? You know you can't make...
Okay, I need him to keep talking.
Yeah, okay. But anyway...
I'm going to get that Corvette bass out of his house for you.
Hey, it's one. I got one here. You know what? I got you. You can take it.
What is the one?
This is a Corvette here. This is a cheap Corvette. I got the.
No. What was the bass that you had, Kern? That had like the portals and stuff, right?
That's a Xfinity.
That's the high-end Corvette.
That's what it was?
It's called the Infinity.
That's Infinity. I got a custom made.
That's why I called you, because Ivan told me about it, and I said, I don't even know nothing about it.
Warwick sent me I got so much stuff, man. I got 22 Warwicks.
Whoa.
And I have like total about 36 bases. You can get a bass. You can come get it.
Well, he wants me to come with Warwick.
No, you don't want. No, they want to do an ad with me.
They want to do an ad with me. That's what
and get you there, design a bass for you. We all need to take a picture together.
You leaving out tomorrow, huh?
No, they canceled.
Oh, so you doing the show? You doing the Jacksons?
Brandon doing that, ain't he?
Jack, I'm doing a tribute. I'm doing a tribute.
Where?
I'm so proud of Brandon Rose. I'm so proud
Where?
of him.
Where?
Music Hall.
Oh, he's doing it right. He's with my baby Rodney.
Okay.
What day? What day is that?
I'm old.
That's Friday.
Friday? Okay, I gotta go with Glove. I gotta go with my cousin. I know. Well, I'll be down there. I'll call you.
Yeah,
everybody say hi to Bird.
I'll holler back at you, man. This is Ralph.
All right, man.
You can get anything you need, man. I got you.
Hey, Karen, that's what I was supposed to tell you before Ralph introduced.
Shut up.
We sit there playing, talking. Guess who called?
Victor.
Nope. Chuck Rainey. Chuck Rainey. Can you believe that?
Chuck Rainey. Oh, I thought you said Donald Trump.
That fucker. I'm sorry.
Chuck Rainey.
We're gonna make Biggie Bass Beats.
Yeah, Chuck Rainey. It was great. We had a great time, man. And then you called right after that. That's
all
great.
These awesome, big time bass players.
All right, my brother.
Love you,
if you're here, we're going to break some bread. I'll call you later and see where you at. All right?
All right, brother.
All right. Much love.
Peep this out. Your boy Peanut just joined us on the live.
Hey, Daryl.
Say hello, Peanut.
Daryl.
Yeah.
Where you at, Daryl?
You know.
Where you at, man?
Hey, how you doing there, Warwick?
Where you at?
Warwick now. Huh? Warwick, man. We got the Triumph.
All right, where you at,
man?
Where you at? But where you at?
Been playing it since.
This is crazy.
No, he playing a...
He said what?
This is most out of control.
Good to see your brother.
Get you in here,
A
man.
lot of fun.
basement I ever had.
Some of the instruments are too heavy.
This the one they go buy and put on TV.
It's like, this one's pizza.
Do you hear that, Ivan? He said he's going to try to
I
come
got
down
one
there.
way less than this. I got one that...
Give him my number, man,
I like the Corvettes.
so I can add him to the Rolodex.
About.
Give me your number so I can add you to the Rolodex.
No, it's more than 9.
He said, yeah.
About 15.
Hold on. Just send it to him. Send it to him in the inbox, because we can't hear you. We can't hear you, Peanut.
But
Yeah, send it to my inbox.
that's crazy.
How that
So,
Warwick holding up?
another bass legend, Detroit bass legend.
Yeah, huh? All right. Well, send a picture. No, HP want to put you in a magazine. All right, my brother. We're going to get one from... We're going to have a Nate White special bass called the Pimpola.
What is HP? Hewlett Packard?
No, Hans Peter Wilford.
That's a little
Warwick. Donor Warwick. He's been
You know what I'm thinking about, though? I'm really thinking about a 5-string, some short scale.
Well, let him do it. You know.
I'm going to see how that's going to work. But the only problem is that everybody's going to have to buy... They're going to have to make strings for it, because nobody plays short scale.
Well, we'll do whatever you want.
We'll figure out.
Because he pays, he's a wonderful guy. And the thing I like about him,
does that.
he
Really?
puts
A 5-string?
It's a business. Most
Bird
musicians
song?
are not businessmen.
Good.
That's
I
why
got to
I
get
stay
your
in
number,
the
because I'm going to call them and let them make me a bass.
Well, how many basses you got, man?
For me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You lie.
See?
You got
I
about
got about
80.
13, I think.
That's crazy to have that many basses.
I think I got about 13.
Which one you take on the road with you?
I take this one, the red one, and the green one, and my fenders, they don't go out.
Do you have a bass tech? Or is he strictly bass, or does he? Is he
bass and guitars? When we hire, I got a special guy who does my basses. But on the road, the guitar tech does guitars and bass.
And what is the job? See, a lot of people don't know that. That's why I want to educate folks. When you go to perform on a Stevie Wonder tour, not just a TV show, but on a tour.
Stevie got a TV show?
No, y'all be on specials and all that.
Joking. I'm only joking, man. I'm joking with you.
Okay, so look. So, what does the bass tech do? Or what? What does the bass player do?
He makes sure that all the strings are aligned, the frets are aligned, the neck is not crooked, the sound, and make sure that the wireless packs and everything. That's for every guitar that's on there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when I come out, I ain't got to do nothing but play. That's his job, to make it clear so everything works that I can play. That's all I got to do.
Right.
I don't have to tune the bass, I don't have to do nothing.
How close is the backup?
What you mean back up?
Your backup.
Right off stage. Right, if I do like this, he's there.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
In case you drop it or...
You had to worry about that.
I don't never have to worry about that.
No, that's why I quit playing Fender.
Okay, so you really, I mean...
No offense.
And this is for both of you, and it's for everybody. Ralph, you really talk well about that Warwick, but ain't there some other basses out there that you like as well?
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, I like Warwick.
But you can't say it, brother.
Hell yeah. Oh, I tell you who makes I tell you another company makes a good bass is Fedora. I like Fedora, and I like,
See? They call it now.
I don't give a shit. My contract, I play what I want to play right now.
Exactly.
But I like Fenders too. I got a Fender. And it's a funny thing, one of the best Fenders I ever had, and it got stolen. It's the one I used with Aretha. It was a plain Mexican P bass.
Wow, Mexican?
It had a white pick guard, sunburst like that.
Mm-hmm.
That thing sounded like the real Fenders. It was just a freak.
You got a freak out of the park.
It was, man, now I got one now that's American made P bass. It's still got the plastic on it. It's 5 years old in the case. I play it once a year and I bring it out and it sounds fantastic. But that Mexican bass, let me tell you something. The early Fenders from the 50s, if you would turn the P bass, you turn the treble all the way up, it got brittle. It was like a razor cutting. You don't hear that anymore. Then you turn it back to the low end and it got that deep. Sound like a fiddle, you know. Oh man, you know. That's why these spaces got a little bit of that. These Corvettes. I like the Corvette, and this is a cheap. Shut up, fool. And you know, and I can play jazz on it. I can play hip hop, you know, rock and roll, everything. I gotta have something versatile, just like my buddy over here,
Nathaniel. You didn't ask what kind of bass I got. Ivan.
He asked you what kind of your bass.
You did?
It say what on it?
I thought. But look, I'm gonna ask.
Bossa.
How about this? Even though everywhere you go is a backline, do you have is it in the rider for?
It's in the rider for everywhere we go. We always have a guitar test. We always have a good. Usually we have our same crew everywhere we go.
What kind of ampage are you?
Harkey. I'm Harkey man forever.
No shit.
No.
You was about ready to jump ship for a minute.
No, but they acted right.
They acted since Evan took over. Evan.
I'm going there now to do two videos.
Tell Evan to call.
One is just talking.
Cause I got, you know, I like interrupting him.
Yeah.
But I have a Mesa cabinet that was made for me. Mesa is another great bass amp, but I still like Harkeys too.
And Harkeys,
I like that new Harkey
because first thing,
kickback is
this
bad.
bass. Watch this. That's how much power is in that space.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Try my bass.
Now, does anybody know what happens? Say you walked away from that.
Dynamite.
Say you walked away from that feedback. Say you put your bass on there, forgot to turn it down, and walked away.
Be the first one out there to cut it.
I mean, well, what would happen to the amplifier if nobody comes to the rescue?
Well, you can blow your speakers. Oh, yeah. With this one, I know. I don't know about that one, but this one I know you can blow.
You can blow everything. But see, the Harkey with the titanium driver,
which I had a design was.
Yeah, Harkey. I like Harkey, but I got a Mesa is pretty good too.
Yeah.
They made I got. They made one for me. Mesa makes some customs. It's got two 12s, Mesa Boogie, 1,000 watts.
I'm gonna send
it'll blow the windows out of this bass.
I'm gonna send a kickback to this place.
It's too loud.
for you to have.
And it weighs like a pizza.
Is that a combo?
Yeah.
Is that a combo?
No. It's two separate cabinets.
Could you repeat that, Nate?
Yeah.
I like interrupting him.
He's okay.
I'm ready to go to sleep, man.
What,
drive me home?
What did you say you was?
I'm gonna send this for the kids for here and all your students. I'm gonna send you a kickback, Harky, the new kickback. I'm gonna send you a 12 or a 15.
Okay. All right.
12.
Mark, get your own.
I know it. I'm messing with you. I gotta call Evan.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Harky is a great company. That's another thing too. That's a great American company because they've been helping our children and also Larry Fisher. They sent me 5 pickups.
Well, I said that I got you the whole amp for cash. You remember?
That's right. 2 times.
2 times.
That's right. And he's a good American.
No.
He's helping the kids and not robbing and stealing hubcaps because of Nate Watts.
what else, y'all? What else we want to ask?
Anybody got any more questions?
Yeah, because I'm sleepy. You want to plug my bass in and hear it?
I got another.
I gotta go because I gotta go to the nursing home.
Oh, yeah, right.
Take my Prozac.
That's right.
That's right. No, I got something to do actually. You want me to plug this in?
Yeah, plug that in. Wait a minute, let me close out first, okay?
Yeah, let me close out. Let me close this interview out.
See, I told you not to invite him. I tried to tell you.
I didn't want to come.
No, I appreciate.
I'm joking, man.
I really appreciate Ralph having educating us. You know, he's got the TV. Always got the TV show. Haven't invited none of us on yet.
I just started filming.
But
it only got 5 shows in the can.
Yeah, I love that show though, man. Yeah. Just give us a call, man. We show up. I think it'd be a great show to have all of us Detroit bass players.
I would love to do that.
I'm looking forward to. Now, Nate.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't want to keep you. Yes, I did, but I ain't want to keep you.
I'm here.
So I want to.
Being incarcerated.
I want to, first of all, thank you for coming to hang out with us here in the basement, man.
I appreciate that very much.
And answering the questions.
Sure.
Some folks didn't have I guess people didn't have enough questions.
Nobody got no questions.
Oh, I have a question if you want.
No, yeah.
So you mentioned you played trumpet before you played bass. How did that, or did it influence you in
Well,
what way
you got to realize
bass?
trumpet is a single note instrument. Bass is basically a single note instrument. So they could join. You know what I mean? That's probably why I started playing bass. And I had I had a good ear. I mean, most of the stuff I learned, what got me the gig with Steve was this. There was other guys that was twice as good as me because I only been playing 2 years. But Steve said, play this. And they would go, and I get it right quick. So that's the advantage that I had. It wasn't that I played that I was a better player because some of those guys, Ed Brown, remember?
Yeah, I remember him.
Ed Brown, it was about 3 others.
Warren Fennessy.
They were
Greg
there.
Coles.
They was great bass players, but Steve don't write no charts.
No.
Huh? Okay. So,
Ta-da! If he did, he would write it in Braille.
Oh no, yeah, he can read Braille. He can read Braille music. But on the shows, he ain't gonna write no chart out. He tell you when you recording. He say, well, this is kind of feel what I want, and then you embellish on what he want.
That's right.
Just like I wish and did all my stuff, and then he went back and put a synthesizer. You barely can hear it, but it made the bass sound more fatter. That's amazing. A lot of people don't even know that.
Anybody else?
Yeah. You mentioned the synthesizer, and so much of the bass lines in his stuff, it's that got those like a trill, you know.
Right.
Do you emulate that on stage?
Yeah.
You do that too?
I was one of the first guys to ever play keyboard bass and bass at the same time.
Wow.
That was back in 77 or 78.
By the way, some people actually literally name Stevie Wonder when they say some of their favorite bass players. They actually say Stevie Wonder.
Oh yeah, well, guess what he learned from?
You?
No.
Who?
Jameson.
Oh.
All the stuff you hear Stevie play, all the stuff was you hear Stevie play is Jameson based.
Yeah.
That's
Jameson,
awesome.
That a lot of people don't realize. All the stuff you hear is Jameson based.
Awesome.
Now I'm gonna say something about Nate Watts that nobody knows about Nate Watts.
See, now you ain't supposed to tell me that I like that girl.
And I'm gonna intervene in this. He was one of the first bass players to tune the E string down to the E flat.
That's right. I told
Because Stevie said,
Nate! I did that before him. You know who did?
Who? Michael Henson?
No. Hendrix. When I was playing
That's
with
right.
Hendrix was the first one to detune his bass.
Yeah,
I used to do a lot of rock gig here. And I used to tune my bass down to E flat.
Because we didn't have 5-string.
Do you still do that?
Yeah.
Even with the 5-string?
Yeah.
So your lowest note is a
B flat.
It's a B flat.
Anybody got another bass? I hope I'm in tune.
Here's one.
Well, I'm seeing you see B flat.
Yeah.
And that's why if you watch me when I play, look like I'm playing in the wrong place. Like
I think we had that discussion. We had that discussion.
That's why.
We actually had that discussion looking at the videos. Like, I'm playing this note on my bass, and it's coming out different. We figured out you.
I have stepped down.
You know, on another point, his technique is sort of dramatic too. Because when you played the C with the second finger and the E with the first, that's very much like Oscar Zimmerman.
No, I have no idea. Like I said,
he doesn't even know. He's technical and doesn't know it. I'm so happy to be with you.
I didn't know Oscar Zimmerman or nobody. I just went to the basement.
Approached the bass
where I'm at now.
Right.
I went back. Stay in the basement, kids.
Okay. Bill, you had a question for him?
Good, man. I mean, you don't even know what you got, dog.
Kind of follow up as far as like you're talking about. It had to do with your horn playing, and then you mentioned Stevie doesn't have charts, and so I was wondering if that the horn part to Sir Duke was a little bit of that with you and the horn playing and how you keep up with that.
Well, Steve had the line here. He had that all the way. Steve arranged the whole song. Okay. He arranged the whole song. I just played what I played, especially on like Do I Do and stuff. He let me go free. That's exactly what he said. Go ahead. And he let me go free. He had the idea of all the stuff. He's that's why they call him the genius. Okay. I mean, he played drums on like I Wish and stuff. Right. Nobody don't know that. And it just I've been in one school for 40 years, maybe 40 years, and never ceased to amaze me. Soon as you think you got everything, he'll go back. His catalog is so big. He'll go back and play a song that you ain't played in 20 years. Ain't too many people can do that.
Do you have recall for those songs?
I told you I remember my every person.
I can't remember. I cannot remember songs to save my life. Man.
That's God given. That's God given.
Supposed to if you want to work.
I remember.
I get reading gigs, Ralph. All my gigs is reading gigs.
We did a gig.
Giant Steps.
What about?
That's one of Stevie's favorite songs.
You know what?
I ain't gonna
say that.
I hate you, but
then check this out. Now I'm gonna say this like this. When Steve get honoring the band, me, Rick, Senator, and stuff, we start playing Giant Steps. Right?
Yeah.
He couldn't play it.
Why not?
He didn't know it.
Oh.
He had a mental block. He went down. What was I think the guy's name? Who played with Marcellus? What's the keyboard player?
Kenny Kirkland.
Kenny Kirkland. I think who taught Kenny Kirkland and another guy, and he taught him Giant Steps.
Okay.
Shit.
Yeah, he had a mental block about it. That's amazing that a genius like that will have a mental block about it.
Because when I played with him,
I should have put it there.
Well, let me ask you this. Accolades, awards, degrees. Like I said, we know you didn't go to college because
that's Big Robinson coming in now. Big Robinson.
Meg, what's up?
Who?
Big Robinson.
Okay.
Tell him go big.
Tell him listen to this question.
All right now.
What about the rest of us?
He don't see everybody yet.
Oh. But
I gotta show him everybody first.
I gotta ask you this question.
I gotta plug in.
Do you have any degrees or degrees?
What's your degree?
Yeah, like
he got a degree. From the Amalgamated Association of Pimps. No, he does have a degree.
Oh, no.
I was so proud when you sent me that. That was nice. He got a big old. They've had a cap that fit his head too, and a gown. It looked like Dracula goes to U of M.
Okay, I've seen it, man. I told you I'd do my research.
Okay.
Now it says congratulations, a degree in some kind of theory.
No, theology.
Theology.
Yeah, pimpology.
Theology.
No, I don't even know what that is. What is that?
Bible study. Come on, man. The Bible. I got a doctorate in the Bible.
Oh, the real theology.
Yeah. Theology. What you thought I was talking about?
I thought it said theory on it.
No,
somebody misspelled theology.
No, I don't think nobody misspelled that.
I could have sworn I said theory because I was gonna definitely ask you.
Theology. See you too, Doug.
Yeah, I saw you in the cap and gown with a big cheese on your face and everything.
Right. Big cheese.
Our keyboardist might be on notice that a lot of the songs have flats. Is that because it's easier to feel it out?
That's the way Steve wrote them. I mean,
he likes the
it stays in B. He said an aqua keys A flat. I think what was the what's that song? That's in B. Everything's in B, E flat, A flat, D flat.
He likes the sound.
He just likes the sound. He likes the sound. That's what. And plus, it's good for the sing.
Okay, baby.
Right.
Okay, well, man, look. Anybody else before I let this man go?
One more.
No, I'm gonna let him play us out. But anybody else got a question? Because I got questions all day long, man. Nobody? All right. So look, wait, hold on. Wait, I gotta say this one more thing before you. So if we wanna, jeez, I don't get to talk no more.
No.
I usually be the one to talk the most now.
Ain't gonna happen today.
Okay, so look, I got a question for you. If somebody wanted to get in contact with you, you never know what could happen. We want to contact you or follow you. Do you have any social media stuff? What's that?
Website, therealnatewatch.com.
If we want to contact you, can we
go on the website?
We can leave you messages of love and all that.
Everything.
Call the police.
I got a Facebook page through Zoom, but I only have a video. But Real Nate Watch is mine. That's my own.
Do you got an Instagram account?
No, but I'm getting ready. What I got? What I just told?
You a Facebook?
No, it was another one.
You said
your Instagram. Saw a picture of you opening your wallet.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll put you on there.
Yeah, so my niece just put me on Instagram just now.
Right, okay. So, is that going to be worth us going on there?
Not yet. Not till I finish the album, then it'll be full blown.
Okay, cool.
The best place to contact me is therealnatewatch.com.
All right, and is there anything you like to say in closing before you play us out?
You know what? I think that everybody who has the heart to play should play. But if you ain't got the heart, leave it alone. That's where I feel. You got to have dedication, like I was telling her. He can't have himself. He can't. He did that on purpose, you know.
It wasn't nothing breakable. I ain't had nothing breakable. Don't worry about it.
That's like I told you, your niece.
Man, that's an ashtray full of weed.
That's all right.
Save that, save that.
And like I told your niece, you got to be dedicated. You got to be dedicated to anything you do. I mean, I sacrificed in the basement, going out partying, hanging with the guys and all that stuff. Just those 2 years learning, and God bless me. So it depends on the person, but you got to really want to do it because it's very hard now. And right now in this world, everything's going so technical. Real musicians, you got to be extra good.
Yeah.
You got to be extra good to be a musician nowadays.
Well, with that said, man, I would like to thank you for coming to the basement. That's BASSMINT. And just play us a little something up, man. Just anything. All right.
I want more. Say that. You the